Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to Manflow Yoga. This is a short yoga workout for better sex. So we're going to help you have longer lasting sex, also help you have better awareness, more sensation, and stronger, fuller erections with this workout video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to this channel. This workout is beginner friendly. You don't need any yoga experience or fitness experience, and there's no equipment required. Big shout out to Roan. This is a collaboration with Roan, my favorite menswear apparel brand. You can learn more about Roan and get 15% savings on your next purchase with the code MANFLOWYOGA at roan.com. More information below. We're going to start it on the ground and listen really carefully to the technique. What's going to make this workout really helpful isn't just mirroring me, but actually listening to what I'm doing, listening to the technique points. So we're going to start on the ground, just with your feet planted in front of your hips, your back on the floor, and I want you to put your left hand on your lower belly and your right hand just above that. Take deep breaths in and out of your nose. And as you're inhaling, I want you to push against your hands. So you're filling up from the base of your spine all the way up through your rib cage. And just doing your best to expand and breathe. And then make your breathing as long as possible. What's primarily going to help with making sex last longer is you being able to control your breathing. So I want you to spend 5 breaths here, just working on slowing down your breathing, filling up as much air as possible, and then feeling your entire diaphragm expand from kind of your waist area all the way up through your heart. So normally we maybe breathe 1 or 2 seconds in and out. As you're doing this routine, I want you to aim for at least 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. And over time, you can build to 5 to 6 seconds to 7 seconds, even 8 or 9 seconds. All right. First exercise, bring your hands to your thighs. Keep your knees above your hips. And I just want you to push your hands and your thighs into one another. Lift your shoulders off the ground. And this is going to help with building core strength, building pelvic floor awareness. So you're driving your hands into your thighs, pushing your thighs back into your hands. You want to feel your lower core area working, your pelvic floor area working, the muscles around your anus, the muscles around your abs and your pelvic floor, your hip flexors, that should all be turning on. Keep your breathing controlled as you're doing this. You can also squeeze your thighs together, and that's going to help bring your inner thighs into this as well. So just working on, again, building that awareness in those muscles. One more breath here. And then relax. All right, now we're going to go up into a bridge, just so you can see proper technique here. So I'm not arching my back. Watch this. Press your feet into the floor. Tighten your abs. Squeeze your butt, drive your hips off the floor. And what I want you to avoid here is puffing out like this and splaying open your ribs. So keep your ribs drawn in so your back is neutral. Press down hard through your feet. Squeeze your butt. Think about lengthening your tailbone toward your knees. You can keep your hands relaxed on the floor. Make sure that you're pushing down through your feet, your big toes, your pinky toes, your heel, the ball mound of your foot. And then hugging your hips toward one another. And as you're doing this, these really audible, slow, controlled breaths. And you can even pause at the top of the inhale, hold that for 1 or 2 seconds, and then let it out. But you can hear how I have this really slow, really long, audible exhale. And again, that's what's going to help slow down your breathing and help make the sex last longer. All right, go ahead and release down. From here, we're going to move up into a boat pose. This is a really challenging exercise, but this is probably the best exercise you can do for pelvic core strength. So I want you to sit upright. Start with your knees kind of bent like you see them here. Bring your hands on either side of your hips. Open up your chest. It helps to actually turn your palms forward. Notice how that opens up the chest. Maintain that openness there. Hands on the floor. And then one by one, lift your feet. Keep that openness through your chest. And this is level one. Level one is being able to lift your legs here and use your hands to help support yourself. You're going to feel this in your abs. You're going to feel your hip flexors working, the fronts of your thighs. But you also can use the hands to help support. Now, with time, maybe you can bring your hands to your knees like this to help hold yourself. You can even rest your heels on the floor as you get used to it. Making sure that you're keeping your chest open, not letting your back round like this and cave in, but keeping the chest open, keeping your back flat. And then with time, maybe you can bring your arms out in front of you, squeezing your thighs, lifting the chest up, using your hip flexors to lift your knees higher, and then really getting all this good hip strengthening in. Hold this for at least 30 seconds. You can also work your way up to 1 minute. If there's pain in your back, it's probably because you're not using your hips enough. You can relax the feet on the ground. Use the hands to help prop yourself up. And with time, that pain should go away. All right, release. From here, we're going to go into a seated twist. This one is also going to work on your pelvic floor strength, but also some spinal mobility and breathing. Bring your right leg straight out in front of you. Cross your left foot over your right thigh, and then hands on the left knee. And I want you to use your hands to pull yourself as upright as possible. Avoid letting your lower back poke up behind you. Pick it up. Get nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, turn toward your left. Bring your left hand behind your hips. If you can, maybe bring your right elbow across the left knee. And breathe in and out of your nose. Again, a lot of this just comes down to that slow, controlled breathing in and out of the nose. As you inhale, get tall. Expand through your chest and through your mid back and your upper back. And as you exhale, squeeze your abs, squeeze your hips, twist deeper. You also want to think about using the muscles in your hips and your thighs to hold yourself upright, not just relying on your hands. All right, back to the middle. We're going to switch sides. Left foot comes out in front of you. Now cross your right foot over your left knee. It also helps to sit forward on your hips. So don't sit on the back of your hips. Sit kind of forward on your thighs, and that will help you. Again, hands to the right knee. Use that to pick your chest up. In particular here, it helps to actually flex your left toes back toward you and then squeeze your quadriceps. That way, this left leg helps to support you and hold yourself upright. From here, you can bring your right hand behind your hips. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, twist. And keep in mind that if you're a bigger guy or if you're just new to this, it's going to be hard to get into this twisted position. What could help, instead of bringing the right foot over the left knee, keep it to the side, and then you can just bring your left hand to the right knee like this. And this way you're still able to work on the twist, but it might just be a bit more accessible. Whatever variation, that deep breathing into the mid and upper back, staying tall, and building awareness through your hips and your core. All right, back to the middle. Good job. From here, we're going to go to a low lunge, and stay with me. We're going to go through some more intense exercise as the workout progresses and continue to emphasize that breathing. Right leg forward, keep the left toes back and tucked. Deep breath in. Pause at the top. Exhale. Long exhale, allowing your hips to sink forward. So you can hear in that breathing that I'm doing, it's really long, it's really slow, it's audible. So keeping your shoulders relaxed, keeping your face relaxed, focusing on that awareness in your hips and your core. So you're keeping your feet pressing into the floor, squeezing your glutes, squeezing your abs to help with that awareness. Bring your arms up. If you want to make this more intense, lift your back knee, come into a high lunge. And you should hold this one for at least 45 seconds. 60 seconds is better. It'll get better as you practice. You can practice this 2 or even 3 times a day. And then release. All right, let's switch sides. So left leg forward, right leg back. Keep the back toes tucked. Allow the hips to sink forward. So you're going to feel a stretch through the front of your right hip. You want to feel both glutes working here. So your butt muscles are working, your abs are working. And as you lift your arms, even your upper back is working here. Breathe in and out of your nose. Again, really slow breathing. And it helps to take a 1 or 2 second pause at the top of the inhale. And next time you're actually having sex, try to emphasize this slow breathing. It's going to help last longer, but practicing it during the workout. So the more you can do this, the more it's going to be able to transition into other areas. Lift that back knee if you want to challenge yourself. A couple more breaths. All right, and then release, hands down. Now we're going to stand up. From here, we're going to move into a balance position. Balancing, I just really like because it's going to get a lot of hip. It's going to get a lot of core strength involved, and you have to have good breathing to maintain your balance. So it's good practice all around. Stand on your right foot. Lift your left knee up as high as you can while keeping your right leg straight. Breathe in and out of your nose. Focus on a non-moving point in front of you. If you notice that you have difficulty with your balance here, you're welcome to hold onto a couch, a wall, anything you have nearby that can support you. And really focus on having core and hip awareness. So press down your right foot, press your right hip toward the floor, and you'll feel your right glute and that whole hip turn on. That's what we want here. Squeeze your left knee higher for more activation in the left hip. One more breath. And then release. Okay, switching sides, stand on your left foot. Same thing, focus on a non-moving point at eye level. Lift your right knee up as high as you can. That left leg stays straight. Drive your left hip toward the floor so you feel your left glute working. If you can't balance at first, it's okay. It takes practice. It takes time. You can hold on to something to help and then just lightly remove your hand on and off as you work through that balancing. Make sure that your chest is open here. Shoulders are drawn down and back. And you're still breathing really slow and controlled in and out of the nose. A lot of people ask, does it have to be the nose? Yes, it does. The nose is going to help prevent you from going into fight or flight mode. It's going to help you stay in control. That's what we want. We need to be able to keep that breathing slow and controlled. 10 more seconds here. By the way, be sure to check out the other Yoga for Sex video that I have here on YouTube. We're also coming out with a sexual wellness series all this month, so subscribe. Don't miss out on those. And release. All right, next pose is chair pose. This is going to work on your lower body strength, your hip strength, and your core strength. Feet hip width distant, toes facing straight forward. Bend at your knees, hinge at your hips, bring your arms out in front of you, sitting into a controlled squat or a modified squat. Your knees track over your middle toes. So we're not going into a traditional squat with your knees coming out and your toes pointed out, but everything is facing straight forward. Knees track over the middle toes. Bring your butt down and back. Keep your chest up. Arms out in front of you. Make sure that your back is flat here. Your butt is going to poke out behind you. Make sure that your butt isn't rounding under your torso and your back isn't arched or rounding. You want it straight. 2 breaths here. You can go deeper to make it more challenging. Keep the chest up. Keep your glutes engaged. Squeeze your thighs toward one another. Again, more hip activation, more core activation. That's what we're after. And then stand up. One more exercise, standing side bend. Toes touch, heels an inch apart. We're doing this because of the core aspect here and the breathing. Bring your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, point your index fingers. Breathe in. As you exhale, lean toward the right, hips toward the left. Squeeze your thighs. Again, breathe in and out of your nose. And stay tall here. As you're breathing, I want you to focus on breathing into your chest, maintaining an open chest. So we're not collapsing. Now back to the middle, other side. Stay tall, keep your chest open. And make that breathing as slow as you can. Being able to control your breathing, especially when things start getting hot and heavy and you start wanting to breathe faster, just like you're doing during this workout, you want to keep that breathing under control. That's what's going to help you. One more breath. All right, back to the middle. Last pose, and this might be one of my top 5 poses for sex of all time. You're going to go down onto your ground. We're going to go into a Cobra. Extend your legs back as far as they'll go. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Hug your legs together. Tighten your abs. You want to feel your hips and your abs working here. And then lift your chest off the ground. Don't press, but lift yourself off the ground. Hug your elbows down toward your sides and in. Pull your chin toward your throat. Keep that core engagement. And do your best to maintain controlled, slow breathing. It gets tough in this position. Just do your best. 15 more seconds. Push yourself. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We have more sexual wellness videos coming out this month. And there's a bunch of other content you're going to love as well. 5 more seconds. Maintain that technique. Keep your abs tight. And release down. All right, guys. Awesome job. That was a great workout. Lots of really good technique pointers in there. Again, you have to do the technique or it won't work. Like the video if you found it useful. Subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Put out new videos every week, all focused on helping you improve your fitness with yoga. Shout out to Roan. Again, 15% savings using the code manfulyoga at roan.com. Full details on that and our relationship below. And I hope you'll join me for more of these videos. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel, Manful Yoga, youtube.com/manfulyoga. Check out some of the other videos, some of the other content we have, and hope you enjoy that. All right, guys, have a good one. See you on the next video.